Hey, what's up guys? Mr. Wise here, and welcome to this video, my first video of 2021 here on YouTube, where I'm gonna be doing a sort of like a review of this gigantic 43-inch super ultra-wide Samsung monitor. So I bought this monitor back in 2020 and I've been using it for a couple of months now. And in this video, I just really want to share my experience, my hands-on experience on this monitor, and to let you know if you have to buy one or not. And stay tuned to the end of the video. I have a very big announcement to make. All right, so without really wasting time, let's go to the build quality. The build and physical appearance of this monitor is really solid. At first, I wasn't really interested in buying it when I saw it online, but after I saw it physically with another person, then I decided to buy it because of the way it looks. It looks gigantic, it looks futuristic, it's really built very well. You know, even if it wasn't gonna deliver what I bought it for, but just having it seated in the studio, it's a good thing for conversation start, you know. In front, it is a 4K 3840 by 1200 curved screen with 120 megahertz refresh rate. At the back, it has got a very good cable management. When we open inside, obviously the first thing that you'll find, it's a power cable. On the other side, it has HDMI input, DisplayPort input, as well as a 15-watt Type-C mobile charger and a 95-watt computer charger or computer power supply, the Type-C. So you can actually power the computer through the monitor. It also has a Type-C PC input, as well as two standard USB cable and SSD USB input. It also has two headphone jack. And another thing that you cannot ignore is this headphone holder, because you cannot really put anything else on the table. It also has a solid stand, very strong, enough to support the weight of this gigantic monitor. And the monitor can tilt up and down and it can swivel left to right. All right, so the other thing that is so special about this monitor is it can actually connect two computers at once. So you can connect two computers and split the screens. So you can divide this gigantic monitor into two screens that are using separate computers, which is really good for me. And the other big advantage for me is I'm one person who is always, all the time using dual monitor setup. Either when I'm doing live streaming, when I'm editing, I always, all the time use dual monitor setup. But the problem is there's a lot of cables that you need to sort out. But with this monitor, it's just a power cable and an HDMI cable, and you are set. You can actually demarcate it to make it two monitors. So that for me comes in very handy, because I don't have to deal with all these cables that the setup that I was using before. Though the monitor was originally built for gamers, for gaming, I found it very handy in terms of editing, because the first thing that me as an editor that I'm always worried about is the colors of the monitor. You know, I have never trusted Samsung even once when it comes to their colors on the monitors. So most of the time I'm always using Dell or LG. But when I was picking this monitor, I wasn't really picking it that I'm gonna use it as my daily driver for editing. I was gonna use it maybe for other things like live streaming, multitasking and other things. But I was really surprised when I connected this monitor. The colors are really accurate. That's one thing that I love about this monitor. With these low-end monitors, the moment you buy it, you have to really adjust settings to make it look to something that you can trust, you know. But with this one, I didn't have to do that, which is the biggest plus for me. There are also other issues that I ran into, just little quirks here and there. The first one is the back cover. I feel like this hole is really small, and it's usually really like a big issue for me to run all the cables to manage them properly. The cover itself is not really friendly when it comes to opening and closing. You know, when opening, you have to sort of like struggle trying to force it a little bit for it to open. Maybe you want to charge the phone, you have to open the whole cover. I thought that is a little disturbing for me. Another issue that I ran into is, since this monitor is hilariously big, the moment it sits on your table, it takes almost all the space, and the way they created the stand, it doesn't allow a keyboard or a keyboard mouse to like really have a good way of managing the cable. In fact, it doesn't have a space. So it means the moment you buy this monitor, you have to switch from a keyboard to a wireless mouse and keyboard, which is not really a big deal, but it's a very big deal for me because I don't really use wireless keyboard for two reasons. Number one is I normally forget to charge the battery. So whilst I'm busy, I find the mouse begins to drag and stuff like that. So I have to go and buy batteries, or I have to charge, and then it kind of like slows down my work. So the moment I bought this gigantic monitor, I had to buy also a wireless keyboard. And when it comes to editing, though it really gives this good ultra-wide experience, it's not really good when, maybe for editing videos, but the moment you switch on to other programs like After Effects or Photoshop, where you have to deal with lines and other things, lines begin to look a little bit bent, even though they are straight. So it kind of like confuses what you are trying to design. But with Premiere Pro editing videos, I think it's fine. So every time I'm switching to After Effects and I have to do with graphics designing, I normally have to switch to my old setup, this guy over here. And this setup actually is just a 27-inch LG monitor with a 17-inch LG monitor put in the vertical so that I can have another space for monitoring other things. So that process, it inconveniences my workflow a little bit. I understand that this monitor wasn't really created for graphics designing and editing. It was really created for gaming, because when you are gaming with this ultra-wide curved screen in front of you, it makes you feel like you are actually inside the game. Now the question comes back to say, you as an editor or as a graphics designer or as a content creator, do you really need this gigantic monitor over here? My answer is no, you don't actually need it. The kind of monitor that you have already, as long as you are able to do some work with it, I think it is really fine. Number one, also, this monitor is a little bit expensive, especially for us content creators here in Africa. It's not really something that you need to consider or to really put your mind onto it quite a lot, that you really need it. You don't really need it, trust me. Most of the time I still use my 24-inch monitor for some other things, or my old monitor for some other things, especially when I'm doing tutorials and I have to record with this guy over here. So it's not all the time that I use it, but I just bought it out of curiosity and because I can afford it. And talking about equipment, I have so many equipment that I'm no longer using, equipment that are just there in the storage gathering dust. So starting from the 31st of January, I'll start giving those equipment to people who are willing, to participate. So every month, each and every month end, I'll be giving away one filming gear. It can be a laptop, microphones, monitors, lights, gimbals, sliders, all those things. I have them and I'm no longer using them. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So for you to win, or for you to enter into this competition where you have to win a filming gear, all you have to do is to like and share this video. That's all. Just like and share this video on your timeline. That's all. There's a GH4, there's a GH2 that I want to give away, capture cards, there's converters. There's just so many things that you guys can, win. There's keyboards, there's monitors, so many things actually. So you guys, if you are interested, just share the video, like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's all. You have entered the competition. Maybe month end, you'll be that lucky winner. So I'll be giving these things randomly. Just stay tuned month end. You'll see how I'm gonna be giving these things to you guys. Thank you so much guys for watching and good luck. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.